Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a declutter video. I actually recently decluttered my entire highlighter collection. So if you want to check out that video, I'll link it below. Today's video is more of like a full collection declutter. Every season, I like to go through my collection and just kind of reevaluate all of my products and see if there's anything I can declutter. I know sometimes declutter videos get like a bad rap here on YouTube, and I think what used to be popular were like super massive declutters where people would just clean out their entire collection. So it did come off a little bit wasteful, but I actually like to declutter like once a season because it's important to go through and see which products I'm no longer using. So that way I can take them out of my collection and pass them along to friends and cousins and sisters before they actually go bad. Even if you have a smaller collection, it's always important just to kind of reevaluate. It always feels good to declutter, you know, all different parts of your life. But with makeup, it's nice to open up your drawer or, you know, however you store your makeup bag, and only see products that you love and enjoy, because the rest of them are just kind of taking up room, taking up space, and not getting used. So that is why I'm sitting down to film a declutter video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's jump into it and I'll show the products that I decided to get rid of. So the first one is the Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer. I actually think this product is really good, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the actual formula. It's just that it's not the type of bronzer that I love to wear. The actual bronzer side, well, this is kind of like a bronzer highlighter duo. So the bronzer side is a little bit more of like a satin bronze, and then there is a highlighter side, so you can use them separately. But typically when I use these cheek products, because they do have blush duos like this as well, I like to mix everything together. I love shimmery blushes, but I just don't like shimmery bronzers, so I just don't find myself reaching for this as much as I would like to. So I'm actually going to pass this along to somebody else. I am going to declutter these Cover FX glitter drops. I think these are in the shade Nova. They are so gorgeous, and I wish that I loved these, but I just don't wear them. One thing that I've learned about myself is that I don't wear liquid highlighters, blushes, bronzers. It just doesn't happen. If they're in my collection, I'll tell myself that I'll reach for them, but I never do. It doesn't matter how trendy like cream or liquid products are, I'm just not into them. I definitely prefer powders. So because of that, I never reach for these. I'm sure somebody will be able to enjoy them. They're so pretty, and I think that's the reason why I held on to them for so long. But as pretty as they are in the bottle, they never actually make it to my face, so it's time to declutter these. This is actually an older product that I do need to get rid of. I've had this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer for a really long time. It's pretty much dried out at this point. I actually used up the majority of it before I put it into my drawer, but I was really into the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer for such a long time. I have the shade Fair Neutral, but I have discovered so many other concealers that I like better than this one, so I just haven't touched this in probably over like a year, maybe a year and a half, so it's time to get rid of it. It's definitely getting older, it's dried out, and you know, I did use up the majority of it, which is good. I just don't need to keep this like pretty much empty bottle in my collection. I am decluttering 3 eyeshadow palettes. So this one is the Tarte Dream Big Amazonian Clay palette. It's actually a really cute palette and it performs really well. I haven't had a lot of luck with Tarte eyeshadows in the past, but this one works well for me. I think that I got it in a subscription box. I think the colors are pretty, and it's just like a cute, compact palette. But you guys, I have so many eyeshadow palettes, so many formulas that I love and I'm excited to use. And when I open up my drawer, sometimes I don't know like which one to use because I'm so excited to use all of them. And this isn't a palette that I really get like super excited about. I'm trying to make a little bit of room in my drawer because I do not want my eyeshadow palette collection getting bigger than the one drawer I have it in. And it's kind of starting to get there. Even though I cut back so much this year on palettes, I mean, I haven't decluttered that many, so I'm going to have to be a little bit choosy next time I do like an eyeshadow palette declutter, like a full-on drawer declutter, but I'm not ready for that yet. But I am going to declutter this one because I'm sure somebody will be able to use it and just love it. I am going to declutter the Bad Habit Athena palette. I loved these Bad Habit palettes. I know they kind of got mixed reviews. Not everybody was a big fan of the formulas, but Bad Habit is not around anymore. And sometimes I do hang on to like limited edition or discontinued products, but typically when I'm trying to decide which products to keep, which ones to declutter, they are among the first to be decluttered. And not always, not if it's like an Urban Decay palette that a lot of people have or like a Tarte palette that a lot of people have and enjoy, but Bad Habit is a little bit more of like I guess, like a niche brand, and not a ton of people are asking for videos using the ATHENA palette. So I don't use it enough. If I used it all the time, I would totally keep it. I do like it, and whenever I use it, I enjoy whatever look I create, but it's not one of my must-have palettes, so I'm just going to pass it along. I kind of went back and forth on this one, but I never really got a lot of use out of it. This is the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette. I feel like BH Cosmetics is a brand that I want to get into because so many of you guys rave about the brand. You tell me that you love their palettes, but I just haven't gotten into them yet. I feel like when I try their products, I think they are really great. Like the quality of this palette is really, really nice. They're definitely an affordable brand, and maybe I'll kind of, try out a lot of products at once. But again, because I've been trying to cut back on purchasing an overwhelmingly large amount of makeup, I haven't been testing out like a ton of products from brands that I haven't tried. Like in the past, I would maybe go on the website and order a bunch of products and test them. And I do that on occasion, but not as much. It's hard because I always want to strike a balance, and I want to be able to review new brands and review new products, but I also don't want to use that as an excuse to overbuy and just kind of clutter up my collection. So maybe I'll get around to trying more of their products, but I just don't find myself using this palette very often. I mean, looking at it, it's gorgeous, and I feel like it would be like a perfect understated fall palette, but I have a lot of palettes. I don't need this one, so I think I'm just going to give it to somebody else to enjoy this fall season. Okay, so Buxom sent me these serial killer plumping lip stains a while ago. I only kept 2 shades. I think I included the rest in a giveaway, but I don't know. I can't get into these. The formula is interesting. It's kind of like a super intensely rich pigmented gloss, and then once that gloss wears away, you're left with like a deep stain. At least the 2 shades that I have. I have Bitten and S.W.A.K. Oh, I think it's Sealed with a Kiss, I believe. So I think the colors are pretty. They look really gorgeous when you first apply them, but I don't think that I'm personally into lip stains. If I want a lipstick that's going to last all day, I just reach for a liquid lipstick, and I just prefer more of like a full opaque lip color. Either that or I'll just go for like a lip gloss. So I just haven't been using these enough. I think I'll give them to my mom. She loves Buxom lip products, and I think she might enjoy these. So maybe I'll have her put them to the test and see if she likes them, but I just hate for them to sit in my collection and not get used. There is a lip product that I am going to declutter because these are pretty old, and again, I don't reach for them that much these days. I did get a lot of use out of them for a long time. These are the Bare Minerals lip glosses. I don't know if they still sell these, but I think this formula is really gorgeous. It feels like a plush, luxurious formula. They have a good amount of pigment to them, but because the shades are a little bit lighter, they're not super intimidating to wear. Sometimes really intense pigmented glosses scare me off a little bit because I just feel like they'll end up everywhere. These are really nice. They feel creamy and smooth, but I feel like my lip gloss preferences have changed a little bit. I tend to prefer very sheer glosses and really not even anything with like this much color. These are like true cream lip glosses. I did do an entire highlighter declutter, but these 2 were actually, I don't know if they were in like a different part of my collection or I just completely forgot about them, but I am going to add these to the list of highlighters that I did decide to declutter. The first one is the Too Faced Fancy Pink Diamond Highlighters. So when Too Faced first released these, I remember everybody was so excited about them, and I think they did send all 3 of them to me. I only ended up keeping this one. They're very big and bulky, which I feel like is fine because I don't have a lot of products like this, so that wasn't the issue. The issue is that I just don't use it. I kind of have like my go-to highlighter shades, and I told you guys in my highlighter declutter video that I've really kind of nailed down what I look for in a highlighter when it comes to color and formula. There's nothing wrong with this one. I think it works very well. It's very pretty, but it's not getting used in my makeup collection, so I hate to keep it because it is really pretty, and I know a lot of people would actually enjoy using this all the time. I'm also decluttering the ColourPop Creme de la Creme Pressed Powder Highlight Palette. I talked about this in my Products I Regret Buying video. I don't know what it is about this palette. I just feel like the formula is very dry, the shades are lackluster, and they don't really show up very well on my skin. And I don't know, I mean, I don't always have to have like a super intense blinding highlight, but I do want it to actually show up. And I feel like I have other highlighters that are subtle that do a better job than these. So I do regret buying this. I just don't need to keep it any longer. And the last product is a product that I actually enjoy, but just because I enjoy it, it doesn't mean that I need to keep it in my collection because there are other products that I reach for over this. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty cheek palette. It comes with 3 different blushes. It's actually really cute, and you know, I'm tempted to keep it because I do find myself reaching for it on occasion, but I just don't think I need it. I really am trying to get my collection down to more of a manageable size, and I just love having products that I love and I reach for all the time. And as much as I do like this, it hasn't become like a staple for me, and I just know somebody else will be able to enjoy it and get a ton of use out of it. So I'd rather that be the case than me just use it on occasion. Okay guys, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll probably do maybe one more declutter at the very end of the year, and then I might go through my eyeshadow palettes and my lip products. The rest of my collection actually is in pretty good shape, but I feel like palettes can always be decluttered because I do buy a good amount of palettes and lip products because I always say, like when I do a declutter, I'm like, yeah, I'll wear these in the summer, but then summer rolls around and I don't wear them, so I do need to do that one more time. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.